Hello, and welcome to episode 62 of the Law Firm Marketing Mastery Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Christopher Small, and today we've got some great content. We're going to talk about 10 ways to create more content for your blog. But before we get to that, I wanted to kind of check in with everyone, let you know what's going on with me, with the firm, with Law Firm Marketing Mastery, and just, kind of say hello to everyone. First things first, last week's episode was on productivity, and I must admit that it feels really great to get things done every day and move forward every day. It's a feeling that I don't think all of us experience all the time. I think we spend a lot of time in the weeds, and being able to sit down and make really big strides towards reaching your goals, it feels good. It feels great, and it really kind of snowballs into motivation to bring you back the next day and do more. I've been working on putting together this kind of format and flow for sales meetings for potential referral sources, and in particular with chiropractors for our personal injury practice. And eventually we'll probably do with insurance salesmen or insurance, distributors or associates. We'll also probably do it with bail bonds companies for our criminal defense practice, and anyone else that we can kind of locate and define as potential referral sources for our business. But it's a two-meeting sales process that no one uses in our line of work, but is used very successfully in other places. And it is very structured. It allows you to measure exactly what you're doing and whether or not you're seeing results. And I'm really excited to get started on it. I've just been taking a little bit of time to really make sure that the process is smooth and works the way that it should, because, there's something to be said for going out there and doing it, but you also want to make sure that what you're doing is going to accomplish your goals. And I don't want to waste time and waste meetings with potential referral sources when I'm not 100% confident in exactly what the next step is going to be and exactly the way I want the meetings to go. So I should be finishing that up actually today or tomorrow, and then I'm going to start setting meetings, and I'm going to start hopefully increasing my business exponentially. I'm actually going to outline the sales process in Law Firm Confidential for the gold members. I'm doing that also this week, and then I might talk about it a little bit here, some of the things that I do. I probably will, but that's what we're doing. So I'm really excited about that. Oh, okay. Something else new that happened. We are actually bringing on a law clerk this year. And this person is a guy that I met maybe actually like a year ago, at least a year ago. He wasn't in law school yet. And we weren't planning on necessarily taking on a law clerk, but he called me up and he said, hey, you know what? I'm interested in criminal defense. I'm looking for something to do, and I would love to come work with you guys. And he's the kind of person that I think would be a good part of our team over time. He just finished his first year law school, so there's some time to kind of see if we're a right fit and kind of show him the way that we do things and see if he's interested in working with us. And it's a nice little way to have someone in the pipeline to expand if we need to. But I'm really excited about that. So that's kind of what's going on here. Enough chit chat. Let's get to the topic of the day. Okay, we all know that we should be blogging, right? And we all know that we should be blogging every day. If you don't know that, then you should. You should be blogging. You should be creating a new piece of content for your website in some way every day. It can be written, it can be a podcast, it can be video, but you should really be doing something every single day to put on your blog. There are a couple of reasons for that. Reason number one is the search engines really love that. Reason number two is as you continue to build out your site, you're just going to have more and more information that potential clients will want to see and will want to read, and you will continue to bolster your reputation and your impression of yourself in the eyes of your potential clients. So the more content that you produce, the better. But and here's the other thing too. Right now, you're probably thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, one piece of content every day. That's so much work." And you're right, it is a lot of work. But if you want to get results, you have to put the work in. I want you to, if you don't believe me, just look around. Look around at every single person that you think is successful and that has become a success quickly and without work. And I guarantee you, if you dig into their past, if you dig into the way that they got to where they are, you will see that it involved a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of time trusting the process and trusting that the work that they were going to put in now is going to pay off later. That's the way this blog works, okay? That's the way it goes. So don't complain, just do it. All right, now, after you get over the idea of doing a blog post every day and you actually start doing one every day, the next biggest objection I always hear is, but I don't have anything to write about. Okay, I can't come up with anything to write about today. I'm out of ideas. I have writer's block. All right, we're going to solve that problem today because I have 10 ways to create more content for your blog. Okay, I guarantee you, if you incorporate these 10 ideas into your content creation system, then you're never going to run out of ideas. Which brings me to, I guess, a point before we get to these 10 is that you should have a notepad on your phone, or I use Evernote, which is an application that is free that basically allows you to take notes and use them you can see them everywhere on your computer and things like that. I always, whenever I think of an idea for content, I always write it down there. Even if I may not use it today, when I run out of things to say, or when I run out of ideas, or if I'm having a little bit of a block, I'll go and I'll look at the notes that I've written down and see if there's anything there that I want to write about. Okay, so that's step one, is that you need to have a content idea aggregation area, right? Someplace where you can store ideas for later. Because sometimes you'll be sitting in court or you'll be driving and an idea will hit you for a really great post, something that you think would be helpful for your potential clients, for your current clients, for your former clients, for attorneys, for whoever might be on your site looking around to see who you are and what you do. All right. Okay. Now that we're there, let's get to the 10 ways to create more content for your blog. Now, these aren't in any particular order, but what I would suggest is that you incorporate all of them into your content creation strategy so that you always have ideas. Okay. Number one is to sit down right now, think about your clients that you have, think about the clients that you serviced in the past, and write down the 10 most frequently asked questions that they ask you. Okay, just write those down. You know, for us, it would be something like, what's going to happen with the driver's license? Maybe, can you get my case dismissed? You know, I'm a good person. I don't have any criminal record. Is that going to help me with my case? The officer didn't read me my rights until after I was at the station. Does that matter? Whatever. Okay. The driver of the car didn't have insurance. Am I out of any ways to get money? Whatever. What I may have been partially at fault with an accident. Does that matter? Whatever the questions are that people ask the most when they come into your office, write those down. Write those 10 down. Okay? And now you have 10 days of content right there. Okay? Easy 10. Put those in Evernote and work through those. The second way that you can get more content ideas for your blog is to incorporate Google alerts for the keywords of your practice area. For example, every day at 10 a.m. start getting emails from Google with news alerts and blog. They come from blogs. They come from everywhere with my keywords. Some of my keywords are National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, insurance bad faith, verdicts, and Washington State marijuana. Those are some of the Google alerts that I get. So every day I'm getting information. I'm getting news stories. I'm getting ideas for new content. And what I'll do is I sometimes will grab one of those and that will become my blog post. Okay. If you don't have that information, then you're missing out on an easy source of potential blog post ideas. Third, I mine competitors' websites. So sometimes if I'm out of ideas, I will just Google like Seattle personal injury lawyer, and I'll go look at someone's site and I'll just see what they're talking about. Now, I won't steal their content word for word or anything like that. But what I will do is I will take a topic or an idea that they talk about, and then I'll go give my take on it on my website. That's a very, very easy way to do it, because there are people out there that have created tons and tons and tons of pages of content. Typically, that content is created by someone that they've hired, so it sucks, and it's not as in depth or as helpful or as just as entertaining as it could or should be. But that's a great place to get ideas. I go around all the time and look at competitors' websites and blogs and things like that. Okay, number 4, the fourth way to get more content for your blog is to subscribe to other blogs in your area and post reactions to those blogs. So let's say, you know, something happens and somebody writes a blog post about some new breath test that comes out or something. Now you have two options if that happens. You can also write a piece about the new breath test machine that comes out, or you can write a response to that the other person's post or the other article that you're reading. That's a great way to come up with content, and it gives you a position on an issue instead of just being an information provider. You can be an advocate for your clients through this article, and you can give people an idea of the way that you would approach these issues, and that's super helpful, and that's real cool. Okay, the fifth way that you can create more content for your blog is just to go to avo.com, and you can they have an area where people can just go and ask a bunch of questions, and you can subscribe for free and get a digest every day, I think, from them of the questions that were asked in the practice areas that you subscribe to. So for example, I get criminal defense questions, I get traffic ticket questions, I get personal injury questions, and each question that's asked is a potential blog post answer, right? So all you have to do is pick a question, go answer it. That's a new blog post. That's super, super easy, and you're done. And some of the questions will kind of become repetitive over time. Some of the questions won't make any sense, but that's okay, because you only need one. You only need one a day, okay? Let's see, number 6. The sixth way to create more content on your blog is to go to your practice area listserv. Hopefully you have an active listserv in your community. If you don't, there are national ones too, like trial lawyers associations. They have listservs where people, fellow attorneys can go and ask questions. Take those questions and answer them on your blog. That's a good way to gain credibility in your peer group, because chances are other people will have that question and they'll Google it, and your articles will come up. It's also helpful for potential clients to see that stuff, because it shows technical expertise. When you're answering questions about your industry, about your practice area, although the potential client may not really understand what you're saying, they will understand that you know what you're talking about, and that will help you out, right? That will bolster your credibility, which is always good. Excuse me, which is always good. Okay, number 7, case law summaries. All right, this is an easy one that you can do, and these happen all the time, right? So whenever a new case law comes out with a new rule or some new some new rule, then you can write about the case law. You can write about you can summarize the law. You can tell the story of the case. You can talk about what that changes with the law, and that's an easy blog post to write. The other thing that you can do then is you can, if there are any cases that are relied on to reach the decision, then you can make another blog post about that case, and you can take it back as far as you want. And then you can link from each case. So in the newest case, you can say, this decision is based on blankety blank versus blankety blank. And you can make that a link back to another post that you write about that case. So people can just go back and dive in as far as they want. And the farther back that you go, the better it's going to be for you in your practice. You're going to become much more well-versed in your practice area, and you're going to provide great content for your clients. Okay, number 8. Eighth way to create more content for your blog is to create definition pages. All right, so there are all kinds of legal terms out there that we're always throwing around that work their way into our blog posts. And instead of taking the time to define the terms in every single blog post, what I would suggest that you do is you write down those keywords that you're talking about, and then you create a blog post that explains what that term is in as much detail as you want to do. So, for example, in criminal defense, you have the arraignment, you have the plea, you have all kinds of hearsay that you talk about. You may talk about the Fourth Amendment, or you may talk about search and seizure, or some exception to the rule. Every time that you do that, then you want to make a blog post specifically about that, and then every time it comes up in your future posts, you link it back to that definition page, right? So that gives people the opportunity to go and learn more. And again, they like that. It'll build credibility for you, and it's an easy way to create content. Number 9. All right, number 9 way to create more content for your blog is what I call what I would do posts. Okay, what I would do posts are, let's say criminal defense. Let's say GM had a big recall or something like that. The what I would do post outlines the news story that just came out, and the issues that are there, and then you talk about what you would do if you were hired as that person's attorney. Okay, you can talk about the processes that you would go through. You could talk about the investigation that you would do. You could talk about the potential issues that you see right away that just pop out at you immediately. And again, that's a great way to show people that you know what you're doing and that you know what you're talking about. And it gives people confidence that when they come in to talk to you, that you'll be able to help them too. Okay, number 10. The final way to create more content for your blog is what I call the inspiring educational videos from other people. Okay. Now, you may not do this, but I do all the time, because I'm looking for information about marketing, about leadership, about management, about entrepreneurship, about being a great attorney, about being a great person. I will come across these videos that people create that are inspirational, or they're educational. They teach me something. Instead of just watching those and letting them go, post those on your website. Just say, hey, look, I found this really cool video from so and so. I really like it, and I think it would help you out. And post it on there. Post it on your blog. That's a great thing. You could do, like, I know one guy, for example, one blog that I follow, I think he does something on Fridays. So every Friday, that's what he does. He posts something that he's found during the week that interests him, that he thinks his readers or his viewers would like. And that's a great way to kind of switch it up for you, switch it up for your audience, and also personalize yourself. Show that you have interests outside of being a robotic attorney, that there are things that inspire you outside of the law, and that you are thinking about things that are just bigger than answering legal questions. All right, which is huge. And that again, this is something that will set you apart from the crowd, because nobody else is doing this stuff. Nobody. And they don't do it for a couple of reasons. They don't do it first because it's hard work and it takes dedication. And the other reason is that they just don't know about it, right? They don't come to podcasts like this. They don't take an interest in their business like you do. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or comments, you can always go to facebook.com/law firm marketing mastery. I'm going to really start using the Facebook page a lot more than I have in the past. It's been kind of quiet. It doesn't even have 100 people that like the page yet. But I would encourage you to go over there and like it, because that's a place where I'm going to start sharing videos, and I'm going to start sharing the things that I find on a much more regular basis than I have in the past, because I'm always seeing things, and I should be sharing them with you, and I will. You can also email me, chris@lawfirmmarketingmastery.com, and you can also call me if you want. You have to track down my phone number, though. It is out there. The last thing that I would encourage you to do is I have a free resource up on my website. It is my top 5 lead generation resources. You can get that information by just entering your name and email address. It's on the homepage right up front. You can't miss it. And that will make sure that you don't miss any of these podcasts. That will also get you information about when Law Firm Confidential opens up. It'll also provide you an avenue to just talk to me if you want, because you can always hit reply to the emails that I send you, and strike up a conversation. All right, so I hope that this week has been great for you. I hope the next week is going to be great for you too. Remember, don't wait. Start today. Make your first piece of content today, and then make it a point to make your next piece of content tomorrow. Keep it up. Go for it, and you will see all of the success that you want and that you deserve. All right, take care. Bye.